A little known history of the revolution fist that you often see leftists raising in solidarity with each other for left-wing causes is that it actually originated with the raising of the whip. The fist represented the power you had when holding the whip and beating those you were subjugating. You see, in this photo we have here, it's an old photo from the early 1900s, you can see a large group of angry white men with farming equipment raising up their fists, signifying the power they hold over other people. And it's for that reason that the revolution fist is racist and you must stop using it immediately. Am I doing it right? That's not true, actually. I hope you all realize that. I'm making a point. I'm making a joke. The revolution fist does signify power. It signifies all of the working people coming together, and with all of their fists raised, they're stronger. But you see, I made it up and it sounded like maybe it was plausible. Someone holding up the whip, signifying the power they held over others. But it's just absolutely not true. Which brings me now to the main story. Woke capitalism, my friends. This is the future, I think. The main story outside of this is David Hogg. You guys know who David Hogg is. He was one of the kids, the Parkland kids. He's starting a pillow company, and he's calling it Good Pillow. Why? Because Mike Lindell sells pillows, and because his pillow profits allowed him to become prominent, I suppose, or he sells advertisements. People are going to buy Good Pillow. I believe David Hogg will be quite successful. And it's very simple. If I wanted to, I could sell pillows too. In fact, I sell t-shirts. One of the t-shirts says I'm a gorilla. It's quite meaningless. It's a joke from the Timcast IRL podcast. And people buy it because they like the idea around it. They're fans. It's silly. It's fun, but it's a shirt. If you really needed a shirt, you can go down to any local store, bodega or dollar store, pick up a pack of shirts for a couple bucks. The I Am a Gorilla t-shirts are actually relatively expensive compared to most shirts. I mean, let's be real. The shirts I wear, I get from H&M, and they cost $6. People want to buy the I Am a Gorilla shirt because it's fun, it's funny, it's unique, and it supports the work that I do. I respect it. Thank you all for buying the shirts. Let's be real. But if you needed something for form, if you needed something for practicality, you just buy a shirt from the store. So typically people will buy these things more as souvenirs, and that's the point. In the era of woke capitalism, or I should say tribalist capitalism, people are going to start buying certain things simply because they represent their tribe. Before I get into the story about David Hogg, however, I want to point out where we're going in terms of the tribal divisions with this story about Cracker Barrel and the joke I made about the whip and the raising of the fist. The other day, we saw a viral trend. People were talking about this fake story that Cracker Barrel was racist. They said that cracker is a reference to someone with a whip, whipping slaves, and the barrel was where the whips would be placed before they were sold, which is kind of stupid because why would you put whips in a barrel, I guess? Something to ship them in, I suppose, but as far as I can tell, whips are hung up because, they're whips. The story is complete BS. Cracker Barrel, which many of you may be familiar with, is the old country store and restaurant, and they have Southern-style food and knickknacks in a gift shop. Cracker Barrel is literally a reference to barrels full of crackers. That's it. And the reason why their image, their logo, is a man sitting next to a barrel is because Cracker Barrel came to represent this kind of old, hokey, unsophisticated individual with opinions. Because people would use the Cracker Barrel closed as a table, and there would be guys sitting next to it. But the left decided, well, I shouldn't even say the left. Some random dude on Twitter decided that Cracker Barrel was actually racist and made up a ridiculous and fake story. That's the joke I was making early on about the revolution fist. It's really easy to make up something nonsensical that sounds kind of plausible. And they tried to get Cracker Barrel, canceled or whatever. The reality is, you can Google this. Cracker Barrel refers to some, random local sitting at the local convenience store. And the example Google gives is the man, came down and gave us some Cracker Barrel wisdom about what was going on in, the countryside. And it's just like, it means like some dude sitting next to a thing being like, let me tell you what for. Well, here's the story. The claim that the Cracker Barrel logo features a whip and that the chain is named after a barrel full of whips went viral on Tuesday, sparking a debate among Twitter users. I mean, how is it sparking a debate? It's just made up garbage and dumb people fall for it and they still believe it now. Did y'all know this? User Domo Dadan wrote in response to a post that reads, quote, Cracker was a slang term for whip. That's why blacks called whites crackers, from the crack of the whip. A cracker barrel is a barrel that held the whips for sale at the country store. You see the whip going from the R to the K? Racism in your face. It's absolutely just fabricated. But this tweet has like 20,000 retweets, and people believe it's real. They complain about misinformation all day, but Twitter is a nasty place. Needless to say, people were shook at the apparent revelation and took the opportunity to remark on the vibes they got from the restaurant. It makes sense, though, one said. I feel like any time I walked in there, I was expecting to get sold out to the gift shop. Wow. They called it Jim Crow-themed Applebee's. That's insane. Somebody made up something and they rolled with it. So why can't I make up whatever I want and have people roll with it too? The raising of the fist, the revolution fist, was when the man would hold the whip above the head, ready to strike down, representing his power. And it was adopted by the left to say, we have the power too. It's ridiculous. It's not true. It's a joke. But probably this dude who wrote this may have even just been screwing around and people eat it up. It's not the case. But it's not the only thing affecting, industry and capitalism. We also have this story. I love this one. You get woke, you become a joke. Aunt Jemima's new name, Pearl Milling Company, is panned as people say it sounds like a gravel mining firm after PepsiCo scrapped the racist pancake syrup icon amid Black Lives Matter protests. Woke capital. 102. The second lesson we have is that your brands are garbage and no one's going to want to have them. Look at this. The original box, Aunt Jemima, it's now called the Pearl Milling Company. A lot of people wondered why they didn't just call it Quaker Pancakes, why they're calling it Pearl Milling Company. Looks like the pancake mix you get at a dollar store from the bargain bin because Aunt Jemima is the name brand. This is the next issue with woke capitalism. These businesses are scared of being offensive, so they just sabotage their own brands because you can't buy Aunt Jemima. Okay, look. I get it. The history of Aunt Jemima. A lot of people don't like the old timey image, but they also got rid of what is the guy? Uncle Ben's rice, because they said it was racist when it was literally an actual chef. This is where we're heading. People make up ridiculous stories. Stupid people believe it. People in media use it to drum up outrage. And we're heading to a point where either you're going to be a bland, forgettable brand, or people will just buy things based on their tribe. Pearl Milling Company. I do want to mention, mind you, look at this. Pancakes and syrup. My friends, please. I am no nutritionist, so don't take advice from me. But I do not eat large wads of high glycemic refined sugar with sugar syrup sprayed all over them for breakfast. It's kind of amazing to me that people used to eat that, but I get it. When you didn't have options and you needed some quick carbs, you'd eat what you could eat. But man, I could not eat 3 pancakes covered in syrup. That would make me sick. Maybe I'm just an old man. I like to eat lean meats. No, actually, that's not true. I like to eat fatty meats and not enough leafy greens. But I like protein. That's just me. Well, you get it. Industry is weird. And the wokeness is here to stay. They are digging their heels into these brands, and it's working. They literally just made something up about Cracker Barrel, and here we go. Cracker Barrel probably won't change their name or anything, but you can see, it would be funny, honestly, in my opinion, if Cracker Barrel had to change their name because people just claimed it was racist and everyone just says it's so. My question is, why does everyone keep bending the knee to lunatics? It clearly is not offensive to anybody. Nobody cares. But a bunch of random idiots successfully turned Aunt Jemima into the Pearl Milling Company. Who suggested that was a good idea? They mentioned it sounds like a granite milling farm. It does. It sounds like I'm going to get a box of Quick-Crete. I'm not going to eat that trash. To be completely fair, I wouldn't eat it. Anyway, I must digress, actually. Here's a trick I like to do. You take the Pearl Milling pancake mix. You put in a little bit less water than normal, and you don't over whip it, and you deep fry it like funnel cake, but these dough balls are really, really delicious. You can use it as a batter and deep fry things like bananas. It is really, really good stuff. That's the secret. All right. We're making dessert, I suppose, but for breakfast, I'll try to avoid it. Which brings me now to the grand story of the pillow company. The future of pillow fights. I give you pillow economic warfare. David Hogg of Parkland Notoriety says, announcing Good Pillow. Read an update on the Our Progress below. You can follow us at Good Pillow Company. If you would like to sign up to be notified when pre-orders are available, please go to Good Pillow Co. Well, David Hogg has announced they have launched Good Pillow to counter Mike Lindell's My Pillow. I'm first going to give you all a general economic secret. You can just do it. For real. You don't need to be the smartest person in the world. You don't got to have any special secrets. You can literally just make pillows and then sell pillows. It's not hard. So I sell t-shirts. We have Teespring, and they offer a pillow option. I used to have a pillow option, but I could just make pillows too. I could claim it's a great pillow and I find it to be the most comfortable, and it's just marketing. Here's what's happening, and here's why I think this is important. I believe David Hogg's pillow company will be very successful, and more power to him. Good. He needed to do something. For a long time, all he was really doing was tweeting. Now he's getting a lot of flack from people because they're mad he's not talking about gun control. He's just talking about general culture war politics. I mean, I agree with him on this one. He said, look, if you want nothing but gun control, you got to go to March for Our Lives. If you want to hear his opinions, you follow him for his opinions. It's a good point. And if you want to sell pillows, I'm surprised he didn't do something sooner. He could have sold t-shirts or something and made some money off this. That's business, right? I don't care if David Hogg wants to sell pillows. I think that's fine. And I wish him the best of luck because, start a business, be an entrepreneur. He's going to, let me tell you this. It's going to be a cold, hard wake up when he starts going through registration forms, regulations, taxation, trying to find union shops, trying to pay employees, and then realizing his profit margin is probably not all that good. Now, I think his profit margin might actually be better than normal because people are buying Tribe. And that's the main point. I don't understand what the goal of changing Aunt Jemima is. I guess they want to be tribe neutral. Aunt Jemima offended one of the tribes, so they turned to the Pearl Milling Company. Okay, that's going to be recognizable to people, I suppose. But I wonder if people just go to the store and buy it anyway. They don't care what it's called. Cracker Barrel was an attempt to do something. I don't know, get them shut out of business. They can't get rid of their name like that. They're a chain of restaurants with signs all over the country. It's just weird. One tribe is actively trying to destroy the brands of many businesses, and the other is just selling things. Which brings us to the Good Pillow stuff. Maybe the profit margin for David Hogg will actually be pretty good because the people who are going to buy it are purposeless tribal zealots. I'm not saying that to be mean to David Hogg. It's true. My Pillow, I've got one from Mike Lindell. I was at Walmart, this was a long time ago, and I saw it on a shelf. They're actually kind of expensive. And I think Mike Lindell's on the box, and I was like, oh yeah, it's that guy. He does those commercials on Tucker Carlson. So I bought one. Because I was like, well, it's culturally relevant to people on the right. Let me try this pillow out. And I got to admit, I said it for all the time. I like it. If you want to use the My Pillow, though, you need a regular pillow and then the My Pillow, and it is the ultimate combo because the My Pillow is like a bunch of broken up pieces of foam, basically, in a pillow bag. It's actually really nice, though, because you can shape it how you want. But you've got to have the support of a regular pillow. So I have one. It doesn't mean anything to me. It's literally a pillow. I think to most people on the right, literally a pillow. But for people like David Hogg and people on the left, buying the Good Pillow will be some kind of statement or virtue signal about why they don't like the right or the far right or whatever. So he publishes this. To the future. 7 days ago, they said it could not be done. 7 days ago, we joked online about just how powerful a pillow company could be. To the believers, to those who dared to imagine a pillow company could be about more than just pillows, thank you for turning our wildest dreams into reality. Rest assured, Good Pillow is well underway. Okay, well, let me stop you right there. Who said it couldn't be done? I could literally take 10 minutes out of my day and start a pillow company. I'm not even exaggerating. I think people think it's much harder than it really is. Now, to be fair, he's trying to find a union factory made in America pillow that pays good wages, and he's having a really hard time doing it, and people have been dragging him for it. Whatever. He says, from day one, we've set out to create a pillow company that is simply put good. The seemingly straightforward idea stems from the mindset that everyone deserves a good night's sleep, coupled with the belief that we deserve to feel good about the brands we choose to support. Good Pillow's commitment to being a quality, ethical, and sustainable company exists at the forefront of all our business decisions, large and small. Why? To inspire a new generation of Americans to live the American dream by giving back and supporting causes you believe in. To create a true conscious consumer movement, all while getting a good night's sleep. I actually dig it. I absolutely dig it. If he's going to be manufacturing in America, getting good union labor, it's going to help the working class be more sustainable, less profit driven. I'm a big fan. By all means, brother, make your pillow company work. I mean it sincerely. Absolutely. He says, here's what we mean when we say good. They pledge to support charitable organizations, pledge to have an active dialogue with its customers regarding which causes to allocate its money to sustainably source and be environmentally accountable, employ well-paid unionized manufacturers, and to be made in America. I mean, that's rad, right? They pledge to place a strong emphasis on hiring those who have traditionally struggled with seeking employment, including veterans, refugees, people with disabilities, and people formerly incarcerated. Also really good things. But I've got to point out, this is going to be, oh, wow, this is amazing. They're going to appoint a chief progressive officer. Oof, heavy eye roll on that one. To its executive team, whose sole purpose is to ensure we stay true to our vision. Sure. They'll fill our board of directors with people who actually represent America, which basically means they're going to be, trying to be like racially diverse or whatever. It's going to be tough. It is. Listen, I'll be honest. I love the idea that they want to help veterans, refugees, people who are formerly incarcerated and all that stuff. But you mean to tell me that you want to find a union shop, made in America pillows, who hires convicts? These pillows are going to cost a ridiculous amount of money. It's already expensive for the MyPillow, to be completely fair. But pillows shouldn't be as expensive as this will end up making it. I can't say that will be, I can't say that'll be a big problem, I guess, necessarily. But I want to point something out, okay? The people who are going to be buying Good Pillow will probably do it just because it's their tribe, as I mentioned. But what will the people making the pillows do? Cameron Kasky is also notable from the Parkland incident. And he tweeted, very cool stuff, America sunglasses, arm. And many people are saying, implying, I'm assuming this means he's kind of mocking David Hogg or whatever. So this guy, William Legate, says, if Elon Musk could please get in contact with us, we are trying to launch a pillow into space. Not joking. We will accept Dogecoin for pillows as a precondition for our pillow space launch if need be. Elon, please have your team reach out to the following email. My PA will be monitoring. Your PA? Dude. Sure. CEO of Good Pillow. This guy, William Legate, says, I'm going to buy David a Lambo once we hit over $10 million in donations from our pillow company so we can drive to my house faster. Hogg says, nah, make it a Tesla Roadster, 0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds. Do I really believe that they care? No, and that's the sad reality. Look, if they actually do good things, I don't care what their intention is. If they make money doing it, by all means, good for them. That's America. But it seems to me that you've got a handful of young people who stumbled upon mass power in the political space, and they're going to use it for personal gain. I don't think they understand what it means to run a business. I don't think that they understand what it means to do any of the things they're really trying to do. And I think they're using the tribal outrage at MyPillow to start a pillow company. My friends, this story is stupid, and I don't think it's worth even talking about for the most part. I legitimately and literally wish David Hogg and William the best of luck in their pillow endeavor, because I do like a lot of what they said they stand for. If he makes money off of it, that's absolutely fine. But I think we see a lot of this. People who make money off preaching to the tribe and then buying exorbitant things for themselves. And that's just the name of the game. Tribalism sells, my friends. Of course, they accuse me of much the same. And what more can I say? That's why I take a step back and I say, look, do your thing, brother. If you sell your pillows, by all means, I might even pick one up to give it a try and tell you how I think, how I feel about it. And if the dude ends up buying a Tesla Roadster because he sold pillows, welcome to capitalism. The bigger issue, I think, at play here, and the why I showed Aunt Jemima and why I showed Cracker Barrel and told that silly story about the Revolution Fist, is that what's driving product sales right now is probably the most ridiculous, inane, and dangerous motivation. Tribalism. I mean, that's really it. We shouldn't be, especially if we're environmentalists, advocating the creation of products people don't need for the sake of supporting our tribe and opposing a different one. I wonder if David Hogg's pillow company is going to make MyPillow, similar to MyPillow with like the loose foam format, or if it's just going to be a pillow you can buy for a cheaper cost. I get it. If you want to buy the pillow as a souvenir or something, sure. But are people just going to be buying a pillow they didn't really need and shuffling money to somebody who told them support the tribe and here's a pillow? Maybe. Maybe in the end it'll be a good thing and he'll get his Tesla Roadster and he'll still help people who are veterans and refugees find good jobs in America. Maybe the pillows will be prohibitively expensive. I honestly have no idea. But moving forward in the future, what I think makes this actually more important, the story outside of the pillow and all the tribalism stuff, is that we're going to come to a point where there's going to be parallel economies. It's something that I've brought up time and time again. It's the worrying aspect of the mass censorship, the refusal to do business, banks shutting people down. You know, I heard recently that for the firearms industry, there's only a few banks that will actually process their transactions. So somebody who's pro-gun needs to start a bank. Look at Gab. When people get banned because of their ideas, Gab created their own infrastructure, their own browser, their own extensions. They're setting up their own servers. They're creating a parallel economy. This is where I think things actually become scary, because eventually you will have two overarching tribes that don't service each other's businesses. And then what? It'll be really strange, won't it? You'll go into a store and they'll be like, which side are you on? Where does that lead? I don't know. Maybe some kind of civil war, maybe not. Maybe the country will just break apart peacefully. I mean, look, if people in red states stop servicing blue businesses and blue businesses stop opening in red states and red businesses stop opening in blue states, it seems like we're on a slow roll towards this country dissolving, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just a pillow and this was a big old waste of time. I don't know how you made it this far, but thank you for making it that far. And, to be honest, let me tell you something. I talk about the things I think are important. I talk about the things I want to talk about. And sometimes people don't care. That's the point I'll make in reference to the tribalism and the people who want to make money off their tribe. There are a lot of segments I've done that are absolutely ignored by left-wing grifters because they agree with the premise of my video. I mean, like even in this video, I genuinely hope David Hogg's company succeeds because he's doing some pretty, their cause is pretty rad. There's no denying it. Helping veterans, refugees, and formerly incarcerated find work is fantastic. Union-backed labor in the United States, it's all really, really awesome stuff. I have some comments about it, some opinions, some criticism as to the woke capitalism emergence, but for the most part, it's whatever. They'll want to claim that the videos I do make that are critical of the left are on purpose to make money and that videos like this don't exist. Now, the reality is I'm pretty much a milquetoast fence sitter. Don't necessarily understand why it is people choose to watch my content when they can get their confirmation bias from any one of these other tribalists, but I appreciate you all being here. And that's about it. I think woke capitalism is on the rise. I think we're going to see more absurd brand changes. And I think ultimately you see this pearl milling, pancake company or whatever, pancake mix. What's to stop someone from just countering it and taking up the opportunity? Now that Aunt Jemima's gone, what if someone launched their own brand called like Aunt Harriet? It looked very similar. And then now that they've abandoned the brand, someone else can take it up and start winning over that market share. To put it simply, there are people who are going to go into the store and be looking for Aunt Jemima and they're not going to find it. They're going to see what looks like a knockoff brand. What if someone makes a brand that is extremely similar, almost identical to Aunt Jemima? Pearl Milling can't sue. I mean, they abandoned the brand, right? Maybe they could, but someone could make something similar and that knockoff might even sell better. So there's going to be weird ramifications to woke capital, but in the end, maybe the dissolution of this country. I know, big leap, right? The point I'm trying to make is if this continues, I'm not saying it will continue. That's another thing that they try to misconstrue. If we continue down a path of creating two pillow companies, red pillow company, blue pillow company, what are we going to do? Red fast food chain, blue fast food chain. And then why would they operate in each other's territory? That's where it's heading, isn't it? I'll leave it there. Next segment's coming up at 4 p.m. Thanks for hanging out, and I will see you all then. Oh, wait. Okay. Next segment's coming up at 4 p.m. at youtube.com/Timcast. There you go. I'll see y'all there.